All right, I'm back again with another video. I was just exercising and I'm out of breath right now. But anyway, I was thinking about something and how even though as a black person, we can work at some of the same companies, white-owned companies that white people employ other white people at. And I felt that once I went to college and I got 2 degrees, that I would be automatically hired for a job after I got out in the field that I went to school for. And I'm finding it so hard. And I think it depends on the state that you live in, because the state of Florida that I live in, the city that I live in, excuse me, it's been hard to find jobs because there's a lot of black and white people equally out of work. Um, they say the unemployment rate is higher for black people than it is for white people, but I started to feel that maybe it's the same, depending on what area you live in. And, you know, I've just found that out that it's not easy. Just having a degree does not guarantee you a job right away, of course. And that's sad it took me this long to get to that conclusion, but, I guess I am a little slow on learning certain things, and like I said, depending on where you live, certain jobs may not be available to you. Everybody else has those jobs. And I feel like I'm going to have to go back to school for more training in the field that I went into, because I went into business administration, and there really is no jobs in the area where I live with business administration. I think maybe office administration, going into like administration of education, but a lot of these colleges don't tell you. The counselors are not good, and they don't care because they offer these certain subjects or whatever, or fields that you can go into, but they don't tell you that there are not going to be any jobs available to you when you get out. And I fought the counselor of the school that I went to, but then I also fought myself for not doing research on jobs that were available. I mean, usually most jobs that are available are in the STEM field, and a lot of the STEM field jobs, science, technology, engineering, and math, a lot of black people are still not getting hired in those jobs. They're outsourcing to from companies to get like foreign people that know how to do these same jobs, and they're bringing them over to take over the jobs from blacks and whites that are in the country of America. So it's really messed up that, you spend all your life, you go to school, and you keep going back for additional training, even as you work for a certain company that you've been working for 10, 15, 20 years, and you still get booted out. And it's really fucked up. That's just the way it is. So you're never guaranteed a job. It's like a game. Every day you go to work, you just never know when they're going to give you that pink slip. So yeah, it is rough. It is definitely rough being a black person. And I heard somebody say on a video the other day that as a black intellectual, they said that we are second class citizens. So are we immigrants? It just makes me wonder, are we, really, we're not Americans. We're basically not supposed to been here. And maybe that's the reason why you got a lot of white racist people would always say go back to Africa and stuff like that. Trump brought a lot of that stuff out. It was already out before he came out, but he just enhanced how white people act towards black people, those that are racist white people. And it doesn't make it any better when you got black people treating each other bad, because that's been going on since the beginning of time. There's always been black people that didn't like each other, even in slavery time. Your lights versus darks, darks versus lights, house niggas versus the field niggas. It was always something with black people. And, instead of us helping each other, we're tearing each other apart. Even worse today than maybe back in the 60s and 70s. So anyway, I don't know. I'm at this place now that a degree is worthless, especially when you didn't go to school for, I guess, a medical thing. Because most of the women that I know that are military spouses, because I am a military spouse, they're all going for nursing. And yeah, nursing pays a lot. You can get a job anywhere you go. But I like to help people, but that's just not something that I really want to go into. And now I feel like I'm suffering for it because jobs are hard to come by in the field that I'm in. So I'm having to work jobs that I really don't want to work, retail, and call center jobs, stuff like that. And there's no room for an advancement for me. Maybe if I kissed a lot of ass and sucked some peens, yeah, I'd probably go up the ladder really quick. But I'm not gonna do that. I have integrity, so I don't know. Um, it's just hard, especially when you have a degree and you cannot even use it because of the area that you live in. And just kind of wondering about that. I don't know, maybe some of you all out there have some of the same issues. Maybe you just work in jobs that, to get by because you have to have a job. And that's understandable. In this day and time, things cost a lot of money. Things are going up. Cost of living is going up. And so when they raise the minimum wage, so does the cost of living. So, it may not even be worth it because a lot of these jobs, they still like to cut back hours. And you're still struggling and having to work more than 2 or 3 jobs. So I'm done complaining. I just wanted to complain and rant for a little bit about the job market, what's not available to me. I don't know about to anybody else. And just wondering where my next steps will go or be at this time because having a college degree ain't worth a damn, especially if it's not in certain fields that you can actually use it in. So I'm done.